Jumbo, everyone. Hello, hello, Lynette. Festive Wonderland Shelby, welcome. I'm going to turn this camera around because we are live at Disney's Animal Kingdom Lodge. Here we are at the Jambo House. So we're going to be starting our stream today. Good morning, Captain Kirk. Good to see you. It is a gorgeous Florida morning, and it is a cool 59 degrees here at 6:30. Look at that sky already. My goodness. Hey, Andy. Good morning. Good to see you last night. Thanks for tuning in. Wow, look at this pool with the steam coming off and that beautiful sky. Wow. Happy Monday. Here we are. I am so excited for today's stream. Lots to talk about, different topics. We're going to be discussing some things that I learned through my second round of 75 Hard. We're going to be talking about some books that I've read and just sharing some overall insights from the week. But I'm just taking in this sky right now. Yes. It's a good time of year. I would like the mornings to be a little bit warmer just because the sun isn't really out yet. So I'm here in my sweatshirt and sweatpants, but it is really good for the hair and it feels nice. So just nice to have a little bit of a different temperature here in Central Florida. So thank you so much, guys, for joining. If you haven't already, hit that like button. Please do. It's going to be a great stream today. So excited that you're here. And I want to acknowledge you for taking time out of your Monday, whether it's going to be a busy week, a stressful week, or something that you're really looking forward to. I acknowledge you for being here, taking time out for yourself to start out your week on the right foot. So thank you so much. I also like to start out by saying that this is a safe space, judgment-free zone, so feel free to ask any questions. Don't be shy. I love interacting with people in the chat, and just know that your voice and your opinion matters. So thank you so much for being here. Wow, I am loving how peaceful this resort is so early in the morning. Everything looks gorgeous. Love this pool area. Nice little bar area over there. The sun is starting to come up. Hopefully we can see some animals. This is one of my favorite resorts. So I'm really happy to be here. Let's go for a walk. Like I said, again, we are at Jambo House. There are two different sections of this resort, so we'll see if we can make the trek over to Kidani Village, because they have some great spots to check out animals as well. Got a little hot tub over here. This looks so nice in the morning. Ooh. But I believe they do lock all of the pool areas. When Peter and I stayed here, I think they opened the pool around 10 or 11. I remember it being kind of late, especially since, this is a great resort to get up early and kind of check out the animals and things like that. I was surprised to see that the pools opened a little bit later. Ooh, and I hear some flamingos. Yes. Oh my goodness gracious. Very vocal this morning. So gorgeous with the sky too. I'm loving this. It's a beautiful flamboyance. So whether you're on your way to work, you're getting ready for work, or maybe you just took the day off, I'm happy that you're here. I want you to take a minute because I like to do this every morning and really just think about 3 things that you are grateful for. Whether you had a crazy stressful weekend or not, take this minute for yourself, and I'll be quiet for 2 seconds, but think of 3 things that you're grateful for. You can either share it in the chat or just keep it in your mind, but we want to start out this week strong and grateful. Especially Leslie, welcome and good morning. We're just thinking about 3 things that we are grateful for. How fun are they this morning? I love this. Hey, okay, so Leslie shared in the chat. I guess the flamingos want to share as well. I can't really figure out what they're trying to say, but they're being very vocal. Maybe they know they're going to get fed because there are some cast members over here. Hey, Eric, good morning. Ooh, wow, this is exciting. Okay. So Leslie says she is grateful for a job where she can work from anywhere. Love that. She's a mom getting better, and modern medicine. Yes. Love that so much. Thank you for sharing. Eric says, good morning, just jumping in. I'm grateful that my son is thriving in his first year of college. Love that. Where does he go to college? He's over 13 hours away from home and had no friends at school. So he's starting out fresh. That's great. He can create whatever he wants for himself in his 4 years of college. So exciting. Glad he's doing well. He has new friends and active in school. That's all you could want, right? That's amazing. High Point University in North Carolina. Very cool. Well, I wish him the best of luck. That's so amazing. Love that he has some friends already in his first year. Oh, he's going to come home for Thanksgiving and just want to go back to school. Lynette says, grateful for my family, Carney Crew friends, and my health. Love that. Thank you for sharing. I don't want to move from this spot right now. This is very fun. Hey, Lady Kirk, good morning. Happy Monday. Yeah, they know they're getting fed. Cast members coming in to feed them. Oh, this is exciting. We can watch this. So yeah, we're definitely going to be talking about some of my takeaways from 75 Hard. I really sat down yesterday and wrote a list of 10 things that, off the top of my head, that I really found throughout this journey, whether it be something that I've read and kind of put into my own words, or just something that I have found throughout this journey, something I valued. So we're going to talk about that. We'll talk about some things that I'm continuing to read throughout my nonfiction book, and kind of just give some words of wisdom for this week. And I always like to say, if you like something from the stream, if you found something to be valuable, share it with a friend. But everything that I'm sharing, I'm not an expert. I'm just sharing my wisdom that I found through podcasts and reading and just my own experience. So I am not an expert. Whether something resonates with you, take it with you. And if not, you can leave the rest. This is super fun. I'm so excited right now. They're like, feed me. Give me some food. Look at that flamingo. Wow. Super cool. I guess the morning is the time to come. All the animals are just like partying. I really do want to continue walking, but if she's gonna feed them, I wanna see this happen. And now they're quiet. So one of the biggest takeaways that I had from this time around with 75 Hard, yeah, Leslie, a group of flamingos is called a flamboyance. Love that. Yep. So one of my biggest takeaways was just being more intentional about every single thing that I did. So even though it was on my to-do list, because I did have 5 different tasks to complete within a day, the question that I constantly asked myself was, what is my intention? So like after 75 Hard, how will I continue this moving forward? What is this going to look like for me? Because I do have goals as to what I would like to, wow. This is so distracting. I can't even think. I did have goals as to like what I wanted to achieve after 75 Hard, what I want my body to look like, how I want to feel mentally. So 75 days sounds like a lot, but in the grand scheme of life, it's really not that long. So I want to make sure that I'm building habits that are going to last beyond the 75 days. So every time I made a meal, had a snack, or even like started reading or made time for my walks, like what is my intention behind this? How am I going to continue this moving forward? And especially when I did have times where I was going to restaurants and trying to eat healthy, I would look at the menu. Obviously, I'm looking for things that are going to align with the diet that I selected for myself. But also, when I am finished with 75 Hard, looking at the menu, what is something that maybe I would order in the future? And whether it's the healthiest thing on the menu or not, how am I going to, be at a restaurant after 75 days? And it was interesting because this Saturday, my boyfriend Pete and I did go to a restaurant, and I was looking at all the options, and I actually, for the first time in my life, was like, I think I'm gonna get this salad. This salad looks really delicious. And there was nothing telling me that I needed to stick to my diet. I could have ordered the quesadillas if I wanted, but that was honestly like low priority on my list. It wasn't even something that I wanted. I actually was excited to have this salad. So just being mindful of the choices and the decisions that we make was like super important to me, because I knew that later in the day I would have my Friendsgiving at my gym. So I knew that I wouldn't be eating or drinking the healthiest option. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to get this salad and just enjoy it, because it looked really delicious. And just being more mindful of things that I'm putting in my body. So continuing that question, or continuing to ask myself that question, what is my intention, is something that is super important that I'm going to continue even after 75 Hard. And fun fact, intention was my word of 2024. And I'm going to do a whole live stream about selecting your one word for the year, because I feel like it's super beneficial instead of creating like a New Year's resolution or anything like that. So selecting your one word can be so powerful. And it's almost December of 2024. I picked this word in January, and it's something I think about every single day. So if you're trying to think about what was your New Year's resolution and you don't know what it is at this point in the year, or haven't worked towards it, maybe you should consider selecting one word instead. And we're going to talk about that. I think I'm going to do it next week on the stream. So just make sure you're subscribed and turn on the bell for that, for next week's Monday morning motivation. All right, I think we're going to be doing something here. Sorry that I'm not moving, but I am excited for what's about to happen. Hopefully it doesn't disappoint. Here we go. Lynette, you have to write down your one word. You keep forgetting. Yes. So what I do is I write my one word on a big piece of paper and I like color it in. So I get some little like color therapy and things like that. And I hang it up in my bedroom. So every morning I see it, every single morning. I also have on my, my phone, my cell phone lock screen, I have a little quote with my word in there. So that kind of keeps me focused. I don't know what we're doing here with these buckets, but we're cleaning them up. I don't know what these buckets are holding. I do want to continue walking, but I thought we were going to get a little feeding sighting here. I don't know. Is that just giving them fresh water? I don't know. I'm confused. Yes, Leslie. So I'm going to talk about that next week, how you can come up with your one words. It is something that, you know, you should have a connection with. It's not something that is forced. And generally for me, I have a few that I think about and one just kind of sticks, or I get a sign that like, this is my one word for the year. Obsessed with these flamingos right now. What? Love this. All right. I'm gonna start walking because I don't really know what's happening. Just collecting water. Okay. All right, we'll be back. We will be back. Okay. Let's go around this way. All right. One of the biggest things for me that I talked about with my boyfriend Pete before starting 75 Hard again, and like right in the beginning of my journey, my biggest concern really was thinking about my alcohol intake after 75 Hard. And like what I was going to do with it. So with 75 Hard, it's honestly, there are so many benefits to it. But for me, after I finished the first time around, I was kind of not depressed. I don't want to say that word, but because I knew so much about where I was during my first journey, and I knew like how strong I could be and how I could push past what I thought were limitations, I was able to see like how great I could be. And then coming off of it, I'm like, I was kind of getting down on myself. Like, why are you allowing yourself to not be as great as you know you can be? So it is a blessing and a curse at the same time, because now you know what you're capable of. And if you're not continuing with that, it kind of made me upset. So as far as like the alcohol, that was my biggest thing, because I know how amazing I felt when I didn't drink for 75 days. And then coming back to that and living in a society where people are like, hey, let's go out and grab a drink, or let's go to happy hour, or let's go to the Disney parks and get a beverage, or whatever the case may be. That was hard for me to be like, okay, I want to indulge and have fun and be social, but also I know this is not good for me and I don't feel good when I drink. So allowing myself to indulge, but being intentional about it, and then also being mindful of the amount of alcohol that I'm consuming. So came up with a plan of only allowing myself to drink one day throughout the week. Doesn't mean I'm going to go on a bender and go out of control, but just allowing myself to have one day out of the week to have a drink here and there. this is something that is important to me, but also allowing myself and giving myself grace. Like, I'm not going to get down on myself if I decide to have one extra drink somewhere, you know, giving myself grace, but also being fully aware of, you know, what I'm putting in my body. So having a plan, but not getting down on myself if I don't stick to it every single week. Moderation is the key. Yes, Lynette. Leslie, good to hear that your mama's doing well. All right. I want to go back into that lobby. I thought they would have the Christmas tree up, but they didn't. I was a little upset about that, but it still looks gorgeous in the lobby, so we're going to check that out. Let's go this way. And I also was thinking about too, like, the holidays are coming, and what am I going to do as far as like alcohol in the holidays? But I'm going to go home for Christmas, going to New York, visit family, and I'm going to be intentional about my alcohol consumption and making sure that I'm only drinking one of the days that I am home, and that'll be Thanksgiving, and that's it. Because I know when I go back to New York, I'm gonna wanna eat all the things, right? All the things. So I have to kind of balance out what I'm doing. Here are some activities for today, or this month rather. Let's see, anything exciting? So we have arts and crafts. Mickey tie-dye, make your own African bangles, design your own safari zipper, that's cool. Campfire, bingo in the library, sunset slumber party, movies under the stars. And then here's an African mosaic. It does cost money. Peter made one of those. So they have some fun things. And then you have this QR code for more information. All right, let's go inside. If you don't know, Animal Kingdom is my favorite park of all the Disney parks because it's just so beautiful, and I love all the foliage and the animals, and Animal Kingdom Lodge really does not disappoint. Look at this. Come on now. It's just gorgeous. Okay, here we go. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're missing school.
Yes, Leslie, you gotta make your way over. They have some breakfast here in the morning. So nice. We're gonna go up into the lobby. Nice little bar area here. Got some specialty cocktails. There's a cold brew martini. What? Yikes, $16.50. That is one pricey cocktail. Yeah, Lady Kirk, the resort is gorgeous. We need to make a trip there. I love roaming around and taking in all the beauty. Same, me too. Here is the lobby. Like, are you kidding? It's so lovely. And they do have some African artifacts here in the lobby as well, so you can check that out. So cool. Just so much to look at. And then you have this beautiful view. We're gonna go out here as well, but like, come on. Stunning. It is, Leslie. Absolutely stunning. This is a good spot. Like, if there's a storm, you can kind of watch from here. I don't know. I love Florida rain, so I just get very excited. But you have great views right here. Let's go outside. See if we can spot any more animals. And here's where they do the campfire. I do smell some animals. Let's see what we can find. Another takeaway, the third one, is planning ahead, but allowing myself to learn, but also prioritize things that are important to me. So with 75 Hard, you definitely need to plan your life and kind of figure out when you're going to get these tasks in. So something that I want to continue doing is being intentional with my planning to make sure that I'm fitting in the things that I need and want to do throughout the day. Look at these birds. Wow. Wow. That wingspan is crazy. Let's see. Please do not climb as I climb up the thing. It's okay. What type of birds are these? They're not telling us. Lynette says, the only resorts I haven't been to, Shades of Green and Coronado. Oh my goodness. You need to go to Coronado. Shades of Green is really pretty too. I've been there. Definitely want to check those resorts out. White pelicans. Thank you. I knew it was like a type of pelican, especially with that wingspan and that like long beak, but oh, look at the sky. Stunning. And then here's the view from the outside. So kind of sticking to that planning ahead, also thinking about my time management, but also like allowing myself to be flexible, right? This time around doing 75 Hard, I wanted to make sure that I was like enjoying the journey, but still able to make things that I wanted to do a priority. So if there is ever a time where, you know, I knew that I had to get my walk in or I had to read my book, but maybe Pete wanted to do an activity with me, or, you know, we had some other prior obligation, just being able to pivot without being so rigid, because the first time around I was like highly stressed and just very stubborn in that I wanted to make sure I was getting everything done and over with. But this time around, just kind of rolling with the punches a little bit, knowing that I can rearrange my schedule to get my activities in was super important. And wanting to make sure that that's something I continue after 75 Hard, because I am a little rigid and I do want to stick to my routine and I have a plan in my head. But if I'm not communicating that with the people around me, I need to make sure that I am being flexible. That was another big takeaway. I think the first time around, I didn't really think about that because it was more like, nope, it's my way or the highway. I'm getting this done. And I didn't really care what other people had to say about it. Ooh, we got the music on now. So yeah, this time around was a little bit different. Also, I think it really depends on the books that you're reading throughout the journey as well. So look at that sky. The first time I read 2 really amazing books by Tim Grover. The first one I read was Relentless, and the second one was Winning. I recommend, if you're going to read them in that order. It doesn't matter which one you read first or second, but in my opinion, I felt like reading Relentless first laid the foundation for the book Winning. Now, these books are not for the faint of heart. They kind of kick you in the butt and get you focused on what's truly important in your life and getting rid of all of your excuses. So if you're somebody that needs that motivation and needs to kind of get a cold glass of water thrown at you in the face, those are the books that are going to do it. And just being open to what Tim Grover has to say is super important, because you might not at first glance truly agree with what he is saying, but if you internalize it and kind of make it what works for you, you'll get a lot out of it. I don't know if you could see, but there is a zebra. I'm gonna get in trouble, but we're gonna climb up here. There's a zebra back there, way in the back. I don't know if you could see. He's walking around over there. We also have some birds over here. One there and one there. Wish they would come a little bit closer. Lynette, there's always time. I know I've spoken to some of my friends recently, and they're like, you know what? In 2025, I'm going to blah, 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 blah. And I said, oh, that's really great. I'm so glad that you have a goal, but why are we waiting until 2025? Like, why don't we start tomorrow? Like, there's nothing that says you need to wait until the new year or the beginning of a week or even the next day. Like, just do it. If it's something you really want to do, just get out there and do it. My friend didn't like that much. She's like, well, I need to be mentally ready first. And I'm like, you're never going to be mentally ready. You know how you get mentally ready is if you actually do the thing. You just need to begin, because if you're waiting until you're ready, that day is never going to come. But I encourage you to read the books Relentless and Winning by Tim Grover. Huge. So when I read those books the first time around, it was more of like, let's go. This is going to be amazing. I was a little bit more hard on myself just because of like I was fired up the first time around. Absolutely fired up. I was like, I'm doing this. I have something to prove. I want to make sure I get it done the right way. And honestly, I think I went into it with the wrong intentions because, again, I was trying to prove something to other people. This time around, I had something to prove to myself. And I think that's why it meant a lot more. But I needed that first time around to kind of lay the foundation for me. I want to see some more animals. Not just on a sign. Also, I would like to make my way to the other resort, but I don't know where that trail is. So let's go ask someone. But yeah, Lynette, if you want to get back on track, start with one thing. What's one thing that you want to work on? Is it going for a walk every day? Is it implementing healthier food habits? Like, what is the thing that you want to work on? Even if it's a long list of things, write down those things and start with one of them. Because you'll feel better. Like, you're exercising your brain, right? Your brain is a muscle, and you want to make sure that you're doing the things. It just takes practice. If you want to get good at playing baseball, you're not just going to like stand on the field of, like the playoff game. You're going to practice and practice before you get there. So you need to do the same thing with your mindset. You've got to practice the things. Otherwise, you're going to keep saying, one day I'll do this, one day I'll do that. All right, let's see. Yes, Lynette, love that. Love it, love it. Lynette's going to start walking again today. Lynette, I love that you told me, but I also want you to tell somebody in your immediate life in your family, your friends, somebody who's going to hold you accountable to that. Tell them, maybe share with them why you want to do that, because that's a powerful motivator as well, so they can remind you of that and hold you accountable. But I will too. I'm going to reach out to you later today to make sure that you went for a walk. And it doesn't mean you need to go on a 45-minute walk. It just means, hey, you're starting. You're going on a walk. It could be a 5-minute walk. It could be a 2-minute walk. But you're doing the thing, right? You're building that habit. And then tomorrow, maybe you'll go on a little bit longer of a walk. You're welcome. All right. Oh, let's see. Can we see anything on this side? Sometimes we get a different animal. They might just be cold, you know? It's a little chilly. The moon is still out. Ah, Florida skies, baby. All right. Okay, here we go. And on that note of telling someone what you want to do, having them hold you accountable, my next takeaway was about connection and the people in my life. So again, the first time around 75 Hard, I was like afraid to go out and do anything because I didn't want to mess up. I actually had nightmares that I would eat or drink something that I wasn't supposed to during 75 Hard. Like I had dreams about it. So that was interesting. This time around I did not, because I knew I could do it. I was more confident. And I also was allowing myself to go out and be with friends. Look how cute these things are. And my friends knew that I was doing 75 Hard, and they were so supportive. Wait, let's see if I can look at a map here. All right. Yeah, you are here. We are in this lobby. I would like to go all the way around. So we can take the walk outside, it looks like. Or is that indoors? I think we could do it indoors, but I think that, I don't know what would be better. Yeah, Leslie. You could just sit here, have a coffee, enjoy the music. It's so beautiful. Gorgeous. I don't know. Let me ask these people. Oh, they're busy. Let's see. Excuse me? If I wanted to walk to Kidani, can I walk inside or outside? What would be the fastest way?
Walk outside and
Okay.
then you cross over where it has the first line of like where the cars pull up.
Okay.
Go down the little steps and then it's where the bus pulls up, like the shuttle bus.
Okay.
And then you cross that and then there'll be a sidewalk and there'll be signs that'll say to Kidani Village. You just keep following that way. It's like
Beautiful.
10 minutes.
Okay.
Tops, I'd say.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. All right. Let's try it. Even outdoors here is just so gorgeous. Gorgeous. They were doing some power washing earlier. I think it's still happening. So it's a little loud. Sorry about that. I feel like every Monday morning stream, we get to hear the power washing. All right. So here's the sign. Lynette says, Bill doesn't drink and it's been great. The people we're with down in Walt Disney World don't push him to drink. Love that. It's so important to have people that support you in whatever you do. And, you know, the people that don't, maybe you have to reconsider your connection with them or set up some boundaries. So continuing with the idea of connection, I did go on my walks every single day. I was scheduling those in my calendar. And some walks, instead of just like listening to a podcast or listening to music, I'd call up a friend or someone in my family and just make that connection. Because sometimes doing 75 hard or doing something that's very different than society or what, you know, quote unquote, you should be doing could be very isolating, especially when you're doing it alone, even if you have support of others. So just making that connection with people, maybe people that you haven't spoken to in a while, it just makes you feel good and it makes you feel more grounded and purposeful in what you're doing. So I really enjoyed doing that on my 45-minute walks because I'm walking anyway. Might as well make those connections and continue those, you know, strengthening those relationships. I found it to be super powerful. So it was another takeaway of this time around. And if you are interested in hearing more about 75 Hard, I do have a video that me and my friends kind of talked about our first journey with 75 Hard. So you can check that out too after the stream, obviously. And I kind of talk about all the things that I gained. Some of them are similar to this time around, but I feel like this time was a lot more of a emotional journey for me and expanding kind of like my mindset and things like that. Not like the first round wasn't, but I didn't feel as like stressed. Definitely not as stressed. Another really great takeaway was, again, like it kind of connects to the intention thing, but what do I truly want? So even when I was doing these tasks that like I had to check them off my list in order to stick to the program, I was also thinking about what are some things that I want? What do I want to do? And then like moving forward past 75 Hard, how am I going to prioritize the things that I want to do in my life? Because I hadn't been doing that. I love, love, love to read. And while doing 75 Hard, you need to read 10 pages of a nonfiction book every single day. But I was starting to really miss my fiction reads. And I'm like, you know what? When I'm done with 75 Hard, like I can start reading again and blah, blah, blah. And then I thought to myself, why am I waiting until I'm done with 75 Hard? I have plenty of time in my day. You realize through the program that you have more time than you think you do. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to read my 10 pages of nonfiction and then I'm going to read my fiction book as well. And I started doing that because that's something that I truly wanted. Good morning. Truly wanted to do. So why not incorporate that? So that, you know, it was something that I didn't want to add to my plate of things to do, but I'm like, you know what? It's not a chore because it's something I want. So I carved out time for that. And it's something that I'm continuing now too. Every day, reading my fiction, reading my nonfiction. Yes, Leslie, exactly. Today's message, why wait? What are we waiting for? Leslie says, I don't drink either. I was forced into early retirement for drinking. Got it. But that's okay. There's no shame in that. Like, I feel like society puts a lot of pressure on, like, you'll have a good time if you drink a beer or have that cocktail, but it's doing the worst thing possible to your body. But also it's okay. Like, you can have fun sometimes, but also like, why are you compromising your health? Like, this is what goes on in my brain. But yes, the message today, I like that, is why wait? What are we waiting for? Love it, Leslie. Zero shame. It's been the best thing for me. Beautiful. What are some insights or maybe like aha moments that you had with that, Leslie? Like, How do you feel now? Or what are some of your takeaways from not drinking? I wish I had a better view. I probably should have went over there. But we're coming up to Kidani Village now. I'm so excited. Hopefully we'll see some other animals. And thank you all again for joining me on this beautiful Monday morning. I appreciate you all being here. If you haven't already, hit that like button. Please do. Consider subscribing, maybe even become a Patreon. You can check out all the options available at patreon.com/learningwithlaw, and you can see what level is right for you. I also offer some private and group coaching, so those options are on there as well. If you don't want to be a Patreon but would still like coaching, you can send me an email. There's also an interest form in the description of the video, so you can check that out as well. Leslie says, it's been over 15 years. The clarity that comes from it is amazing. I was just suppressing my feelings. Now I feel everything and don't squish them down. I absolutely love that. Where am I going? I should have went up there. I don't know. I love that so much. And I think, yeah, we're not going in the garage. There's nothing to see down there. In the book that I'm reading about trauma, it's called The Body Keeps Score. They talk about that a lot. Like, that we use certain things as coping mechanisms in order to kind of suppress our emotions. But if you're suppressing the bad emotions, you're also suppressing the good emotions as well. You're not feeling those fully. So I love, love, love that insight. And I'm so glad that you feel good now. Super important. Thanks for sharing. Yeah, let's go this way. I'm going to cut through here. Yes, it is. To be present is such a gift. I was just in the zone, guys, and I was just walking into the parking garage. I don't know what I'm doing. All right. Yeah, this walk wasn't bad at all. Maybe 10 minutes. But I'm a New York walker, so probably less than that. So if you're staying here on property, definitely explore the other resort. Go for a little walk, especially in the morning when nobody's around. And then you have your buses over here, transportation schedule. And this resort has one of my favorite restaurants called Sanaa. And you can get the amazing bread service as well as some other really, really delicious dishes. And you can overlook all the animals. So that's super fun too. All right. Let's see. Actually, I'm gonna go in here because I think there's windows. Maybe we can see some animals out here and then move our way to the lobby. I'm getting a little bit warmer now. I'm working up a sweat. Oh, okay. Well, there's nothing to really see out there. But let's go this way. Another really important takeaway, and I kind of touched on it earlier, is just making boundaries with friends. So I allowed myself to, go out a little bit more than I was the first time around with 75 Hard, but then knowing what my boundaries and limitations are. Like, I knew I was waking up at 4 a.m. the next day for my first workout. So I had to vocalize that with friends, like, hey, I do have a cutoff time as to when I will be leaving in order to get optimal sleep so that I can wake up in the morning and get my workout in. Hey, Kelsey, welcome. Just leaving Bern. It was a good arm day today. Oh, they closed the outside for refurb, but there's another way that we will get outside. It's a cute little area. They have a spot for the kids to watch some TV, some movies, or adults. Hey, no judgment. This lobby is a little bit smaller, but still just as beautiful. Oh my God, they're doing construction, really? Okay, so we are doing construction outside. We could still get out there though. Let's go on down. Again, like I said, a little bit smaller. Ooh, I love the red though. And then here's our Sanaa. Yeah, it was a great arm day. Loved it. Kelsey and I go to the same gym, just not as close nearby. Just a couple states away. And here is Sanaa. They're doing their casual breakfast. All right. How do I get outside here? What's going on? Okay. Adds a little cave element. But I'm sure it's gonna look beautiful once they're done. I think it's just a little refurb, nothing crazy. All right. I definitely smell the animals. Let's see what's over here. We have some birds. Way over there. Yeah, just a nice 12 hours away, no worries. I hear the birds. I really wanted to see some giraffes today. I don't know why they're not out. But honestly, guys, it's just gorgeous in general, so. Yeah, here's all the construction they're doing. Yikes. Here's some birds. And I love that you can sit out here. They have like little chairs that you can sit and overlook the animals. Oh, I do see something way back there. I don't know if you could see it on the stream, but like way back there. We'll chill here for a little bit. Again, you know, the mornings I can't really sit on anything because it's all wet, but they do have these beautiful rocking chairs out here. I touched on it earlier, but another takeaway was like doing things for me and no one else, especially with this time around 75 hard. Last time I felt like I had something to prove. I wanted to do it and like show everyone like, yes, I could do this. Second time around, I was like pretty quiet about it in the beginning. But I just wanted to do it for me, just to get me back on track. Captain Kirk, thank you so much for joining us. Yes, have a wonderful week. Lynette, you're coming back in January. That's awesome. That's a good time to come down. It's definitely a lot cooler. Look at that sky. And my final takeaway from this time around with 75 hard is everything that I was doing, I made sure that I was mindful of the fact that this is a reward, not a punishment. Everything that I was doing it for me to make me feel good. It's not, I gotta go on this second walk because I just have to, or I gotta eat healthy because otherwise, whatever, insert negative comment here. I was doing it and I knew, and I was intentional and mindful about the fact that I was doing it because it was going to be good for me. And I think that's with everything that we do, guys, like the healthy habits that you want to build and integrate into your life, just keeping that in the back of your mind of like, you're not sacrificing fun or whatever the unhealthy habit parallel to that would be, or adjacent to that would be, it's you're doing it because you want to be healthier. You want to improve your life. So just keeping that in your mind is going to help propel you forward. And that is kind of what I kept with me this entire second time around, is the reward is going to be so great. And I think we lose sight of that because we're in this culture of like immediate gratification. And I feel like sometimes we're just not willing to put in the work because we'd rather like take the easy route or reward ourselves with whatever that instantaneous reward is. And we're not willing to put in the work for something that's even better down the road. So we need to enhance that delayed gratification. Hey, Tomorrowland Traveler, welcome. Thanks for being here. I am just looking at this gorgeous sky right now, like I can't stop. Yes, Leslie, I like to say I'm lucky because I get to work out. Yes, because you know what? Not everyone on this planet gets to work out. But you do. Embrace it. Be proud of it. All right. So we only have some birds over there, but let's see if we can get to higher ground and maybe we can see some more animals. Let's go through this temporary tunnel. Even though they're having a little refurb, it's still a gorgeous resort. Absolutely gorgeous. Actually, sometimes they have like tortoises over here. Oh, okay. Well, good. We can really see with that. They don't want you to see the construction that's happening. Here we go. Yeah, they usually have little tortoises, but I am not seeing them. Maybe because of construction, they moved them. Womp womp. Okay, we tried. We did try. Okay. All right, let's get to higher ground. Wow. That's sunrise. Oh, no, please, no. Maybe can I get out this way? Yes, okay. Look at that sun. I'm not seeing any. Oh, we got a scary ostrich. Really not my favorite animal. They just frighten me. But this one is just hanging out. Lynette says, my doctor said I'm in good shape for my age. I don't want to lose that. Well, don't lose it, baby. You got this. Look at this. Animal is petrifying to me. I don't know why. It's a bird thing. I do like some birds, but like the ostrich, something about it. Peter doesn't like it either. But I'm not seeing any other animals. Unfortunately. But we will come back here because I thoroughly enjoyed this walk. And I hope you did too. Thanks for joining me. So like I said, for next week, you're welcome, Leslie. She said, this is a lovely way to start the day. Thanks. You're welcome. Next week, we're definitely going to focus on our one word for 2025. And I think it's a good time to start thinking about it before December starts, where it's like a crazy month with the holidays. So I want to refocus and really start to think about that one word for 2025. Thank you, Lynette. Always enjoy your walks and talks. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for being here. So we're going to take a look, and I'm probably going to bring the book with me next time. But the book is One Word That Will Change Your Life. There's 3 different authors on the book. It's very short. I read it every single year, and it only takes me about like 30 minutes to read the book. But it tells you and it takes you step by step through the process of how to select your one word. So if you're somebody that wants to do this for next year, maybe you want to purchase the book on Amazon before the stream on Monday and you can kind of follow along with us. That's up to you. Or you can just hang out with me on the stream. Just make sure you're subscribed and turn on that bell for all notifications. So next Monday, I'm not sure which resort we will be at, but that'll be the topic for next week, selecting our one word. And I've been doing this for many years. I want to say at least 7 or 8 years, where I've selected a word and wrote that word on a piece of paper and colored in, did a little art therapy, and put that one word on my wall. So every single day I would look at that word and it would remind me of my intention for the year. Yes, Lynette, bring your book so you don't forget. And yeah, I usually read the book in November or December and select that word and start really putting that into action before 2025, or just get it, in the back of my mind. And I still think about my one words that I've had from previous years. So I don't remember my first word. I think it might have been balance. And that word, it's not my favorite word. I wanted to talk about this earlier, actually, that instead of thinking about the word balance, like I want to have work life, home life balance, like I don't think that is completely achievable. I think that you can have harmony in your life, but balance is something that we strive for, but is not completely attainable, because there are areas of your life that you're going to need more of whatever that thing is to focus on, and less of another area. And that's okay, as long as you feel that you were in harmony and that's what you need in that moment. So balance, not my favorite word, but it's okay. That's just my thoughts on the word. I've chosen the word create. Yes. Intention was this year. Strength. And some other ones, but I think about them all the time. So we're going to do some brainstorming next Monday at 6:30. If you need to watch on the replay, that's fine too. But I really appreciate you guys for being here and starting your day out with lovely Animal Kingdom Lodge. What? So thank you for being here. I really hope that you took something away from today. And if you did, be sure to share the stream, send it to somebody that you feel like, hey, something might resonate with you here. That's the biggest compliment. Definitely hit that like button, subscribe, and consider becoming a Patreon at patreon.com/learningwithlaw. All the information is down below. You want private coaching, send me an email. There's an interest form down below as well. But thank you so much for being here. And remember that you all belong here. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. You belong. Lady Kirk, thank you for a great stream. Love these Monday streams. Be safe and have a great week. You as well. Thank you, Lynette, for being here. Thank you to my Patreons. And if you're new here, thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you. And if you're a veteran of my walks, I appreciate you as well. Thank you so, so much. Let's turn it around. Take one last look at the beautiful Florida sky. Think about your intentions for the week. Be grateful for everything you have. And I will see you next Monday. Have a wonderful week, guys. Bye-bye.